Today we are heading to downtown Austin to get our fat checked out. I personally have never gotten a DEXA scan before. I don't know about Nico. I always thought that they had to get prescribed and they were these insanely expensive things that were something so special. But it's 60 bucks. I've been wanting to for a while, especially since I took practically 4 or 5 years off of any serious training. And I've gotten a little chunky over that time, even though my overall fitness is up and this is the best I've ever felt. It's not the best I've ever looked. I don't know about Nico, but that's my reason for it.
I was around 195, 196 pounds in the middle of June, and I'm committing to looks maxing this year. So we are going to try to cut all the way down to 74, and I'll be really embarrassed if I don't end up hitting this goal. So that's why I'm setting it in stone. I am planning on competing sometime in January, so I have a long time to get to where I want to be. And I want to see how much I can change my DEXA scan from today to when I hit my goals. So like I said, in June, I was around 195, 196 pounds. Now I am currently 185 pounds, so I'm currently down 10. I wish I got the DEXA scan a bit sooner, but I didn't know that I was going to commit to this, but we're going to be in a good spot.
So since Nico went over his goals, I'll go over mine too. The highest I have ever been since not really training as seriously is 190 pounds. I never thought I'd be 190 pounds in my life. But I woke up this morning 181 because one of my goals isn't really necessarily to be as competitive in powerlifting anymore, but I still want to be fairly strong. But I really just want to get faster. One of the huge goals that I have in my life is to break a 3-hour marathon at one point. And also a 5-minute mile, because I have this really lofty goal of doing a 500 deadlift into a 5-minute mile into another 500 deadlift, because I don't think it's been done before. It'd be cool to be the first to do that. But the goal for me is to get to around 77 kilos, which is about 170-ish pounds. And I could always cut to 74 kilos from there, but I'm probably going to be doing the same meet that Nico is doing sometime early 2027, and I'll just be competing as a really light 83 just because I don't want that extra stress of having to cut. And I'm also fairly tall for the 74 kilo class as is. But obviously, it's just to look good too. I think everybody at one point in their life wants to look a little bit better. And I don't remember the last time I've been, if any time, I don't think I've ever been super lean. So it'd be really nice to see what work I've actually done over the years and reveal that. Now, for those of you that don't know what a DEXA scan is, measures your bone density, your body fat percentage, and your lean tissue relative to your body fat percentage.
I'm actually curious to see where we're both at.
Oh yeah, we should do an over-under. I'm going to say you're 18.
I think I'm like 19. I'm 19 and a half. There's no way I'm above a 20. And it's going to hurt my pride when it says I'm above a 20. There's a part of me that's like, fuck, maybe I am like a bit heavier than I think I am. Because last month I was pretty heavy. Like, if you asked me last month what I was at, I was probably going to be like 24%. Heavy for me at least. I'm 6'3", and 195 pounds at 6'3", it's a lot. Ideally at 74, it's probably going to be like around like 6 or 7%. What do you think you're going to be?
See, it's a little weird because I've got this dilemma where I'm lean everywhere except for my face and my stomach. Which has always been the problem area for me. So I'm going to say, this is going to really hurt, but I'm going to say like 25, 26%.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like literally it's just that area.
I have so much stomach fat to lose, it's ridiculous.
But that's just...
Because like I've got striations in my legs.
Yeah,
like, everybody has seen this. But when it comes to my stomach, it makes no sense. I look great in clothes. With my shirt off, I wouldn't even want to do me. That's how bad it is.
Don't worry, Tim, I would do you. I took a long break from training, competing. I got very complacent, got very lazy, got very comfortable. That's the key word here, comfortable. And now I'm spending the rest of 2026 trying to live uncomfortably, trying to step out of my comfort zone. Like I said before, I do want to hit this weight class again. It'd be very embarrassing if I didn't. That's why I'm manifesting it by wearing this. I signed up at a new powerlifting gym in Austin, and I'm going to be training with the community again, just like we used to. And I'm going to be pushing training very hard, taking my diet very seriously, and doing whatever I can to be a badass again. So that's a little life training update. Got a lot going on, but yeah, I'm excited to document the journey, document the ride like we used to. A lot of you guys have been happy to see me posting on Instagram again, asking for some more YouTube videos. So this is gonna be the first video back into our meet prep series. All right,
wait, put your seatbelt on so the thing doesn't catch. Fuck, this guy does this all the time.
On the way to the DEXA scan, It's only gonna take like 3 minutes, and then we're gonna go for a lift afterwards. We got upper body day today, along with some competition bench press work. You're benching, right?
I am benching.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna clock back in once we get the DEXA scan, get some nice B-roll of us in there. Probably will not doing too much talking in there because it's gonna be like really bang bang. So
yeah. I do want to make one point though, because I saw, and anybody that's an old time viewer, and Brandon, if you're watching this video, and I know you are, I commented on his post the other day saying that we need to bring back like 2017, 2018, like YouTube fitness vlogs. And I feel like that's exactly what this is right now. So it's a nice little blast from the past. That sound, I'm going to cut that. God damn it.
I do like the vibe of this style of video because it's a bit more authentic, a bit more raw, and shows a bit more of the back stuff, like the back end stuff. So I like these lifestyle vlogs. I think we're going to keep doing more of these as we continue these preps that we're doing.
Yeah.
We both have two different journeys, two different goals. So it's going to be really interesting documenting this process.
Yeah.
So.
And I think the other interesting thing about this too is that, especially with the way social media is today, everything is romanticized to shit. And it's like...
And we both suck at romance.
Well, cat's out of the bag. But like Nico said, it just provides some more authenticity instead of the typical stuff you see on social media today.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we're just two normal dudes doing dude things.
We're doing the unsexy things, and we're gonna document the entire process of it.
After grabbing some coffee, we headed over to Body Spec for our appointments, and the whole process was actually a lot faster than we anticipated. I had a 10:03 appointment. Nico had a 10:12 appointment. Really, all you need to do is just follow the instructions that they send in the email. Just wear the appropriate clothing, and don't wear anything metallic that would show up in the scan because they do use x-rays in order to perform this. And like I had mentioned before, it's primarily for bone density, body fat percentage, as well as lean tissue, and some other metrics that we talk about a little bit later in this video. But the whole process maybe took about 5 minutes. You just lay down, follow their instructions on where to place your hands and your feet. Make sure that you lay still there until the entire scan is complete. And we were out of there maybe in about 20 minutes or so. So if anybody's in the Austin area and they want a quick and easy way to get their body fat checked out, then we highly recommend taking a look at Body Spec. This isn't a sponsored post or anything because this is our first time doing it, but they were really accommodating there. So like I said, if anybody is thinking of doing this and you live in the Austin area, be sure to check out Body Spec. I got the results within like 5 minutes of finishing, so I am pleasantly surprised. I am 19.8% body fat, which means we're twinning. Oh, okay. Also, I'm sure everybody knows this is our British Tony Robbins, Pete Spence. He's the one that bullied us into doing this, but I'm glad.
Encouraged and motivated.
I'm glad that he did though. So yeah, I'm 19.8. My lean mass is 139.8. My fat mass is 36.5, and 1 pound of visceral fat, which definitely need to work on. Got to get rid of that. This isn't a HIPAA violation, right? I don't think so.
If it's your own information,
yeah. Yeah. So this is the full report right here, and I'm in a pretty healthy range. The low is 34% for people my age. This is actually pretty interesting. I was a little bit curious with the bone density too, just because on my mother's side of the family, they have a history of osteopenia and osteoporosis, which is, slight degradation of bones as you age, or major degradation of bones as you age. But I have higher bone density than 80% of people, and that's probably because of lifting and, food consumption and everything. I'll probably take a much deeper dive later with lean mass distribution across different body parts, but below 20% body fat, considering I haven't really trained seriously the last few years, I am really happy with that. That's good.
You're acting like you didn't run a marathon. You're trained for a marathon.
So, but like the thing about running is because of like the increase in cortisol, like your body wants to hold on to like water and fat and just anything. Because and I think I've said this in a prior video, but when I was training for the marathon, I would not lose weight. Like I'm pretty sure I weighed 180 the day that I ran the marathon. So, yeah, I'm really happy with this. This is great.
We were off. I weighed in at 188 pounds because of the coffee, and yeah, the body fat percentage was at 15%. 15.4%.
I no longer believe in DEXA scans. I've seen you with my own eyes.
That's actually crazy.
We literally cannot make this. I'm in the lower 15% of people for body fat percentage.
You've got to remember with all of these things where they compare you to other people in a peer group,
Yeah.
it's compared to peers who get DEXA scans.
Yeah.
So it's not compared to
Gotcha. So it's like the minority already.
yeah, so
Gotcha.
you're already looking at people who are willing to go in and get a scan,
Yeah.
but it's not a normal person, even within the fitness community. That's like an outlier of an outlier.
Let me get this real quick. You know what,
Where's
Pete?
he hiding the muscle mass?
You know what, Pete? When we were talking to our lady, and I was asking her, I was like, is this the most accurate way to check anything? And she was like, this is literally the gold standard. She was like, I think it was like 0.5% chance of being incorrect. So we're in a great spot, but if we want to hit 74 kg, I'm going to have to be singular digits down there. Like actually singular digits.
I mean, you were already so lean as a
Yeah.
74 too.
And now I have a lot more muscle mass. Let's finish the rest of my report real quick before we eat. Total mass 188. Fat mass is 29 pounds. So that's some fat to lose there. Lean mass is 150 pounds. Bone mass is 8 pounds.
So you got 10 more pounds of muscle than I do.
Jesus. I'm also 6 inches taller than you. It says my resting metabolic rate is 2100, which that's literally what I've been eating right now. Like that's what I've been eating every single day for the past month.
Yeah.
And according to Macro Factor, I'm like down like 1,100 calories based off my weight loss. So yeah, some pretty cool information. I'm actually really happy to see like all these results because I've never done this before. I've gone like the in-body scans at gyms, like where it's like you stand on there and like put your thumbs on, but that's not accurate. This is like the first legit one that I've ever done. When I was in college, I got offered to do one like where you get submerged in a water tank. I should have did that one. That one sounds pretty cool. But yeah, this is the baseline. This is where we're gonna start our journey, and hopefully by the end of this cut, we're gonna come back, get another DEXA scan, and then see something like absolutely insane.
Tim, you ready to get really, really ripped and lean?
I actually am. I'm excited. Though, again, I'm going to have to determine what that balance is between performance and looking good. Because the last time I was in the 160s, I was like 25.
How
So
old are you now?
33.
Oh shit, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we're not that far apart in age.
Alright, you're well aged, 33.
So I'm just going to be doing triples today. Usually my bench day is on Saturday. I might be moving it to Sunday, so I might have to shuffle some things around with programming. But because the goal now is to drop body weight, I need to get my bench as back to normal levels as I possibly could. Like if I can maintain a 315 bench, weighing like mid 170s, I'll be happy. But we'll see. So gonna take this for maybe like a double and then see where we land from there. I'm thinking 298 for triples today, but we'll see.
That's pretty good.
That's good. That's real good.
See how this feels? This is the indicator if we're having a good day or not. But as of right now, post DEXA scan, post breakfast, I feel pretty solid. No belt today though, so we're gonna see how this goes. Yep, that felt pretty good.
Wow. Wow.
That was pretty good.
Wow. Holy shit. Holy crap, excuse me. YouTube sense. It's not like we get paid from this anyway. One thing I want to talk about though is this elbow cuff. So I don't know why. I'm right-handed, but I've got left elbow tendonitis. Maybe it's from golf. I have no idea. But I remember back in the day, like 2016, 2017, I would wear these just for the look. It's so stupid because I remember seeing Simon and Garrett wearing two elbow cuffs on both arms for whatever reason. So I wanted to be cool. But now it's like I'm old and I've got crippling elbow tendonitis. It's not helping the bench in any way, but it's definitely making my elbow feel a lot better because I know the young crowd today, they'll wear elbow wraps and it sort of like artificially inflates the bench. But this is purely for making sure that my elbow doesn't seize up or anything mid-bench. But 298, that's really good. The other thing is we're using a much better pad versus what I usually use at Los because they've got the traditional Eleiko pad with the updated generation of combo rack. Nobody likes it. These are the Sky pads, which are more in line with the old Eleiko benches, so you could actually dig into it. So I'm able to feel everything a lot more because I also use my back a lot when I bench my lats. But yeah, that was good. I could do that for another 3 sets. That was incredible.
That was good. That was good. I'll take that.
That was real good.
Pretty solid. Nice job.
That's good. That's real good.
Nice. Come on.
Felt my foot slip there a little bit. Oh yeah.
Nice. Wait till I start taking creatine. This dude still has the longest setup in North America. That was actually your best set.
Yeah. I was way more controlled on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Last set, best set.
Oh yeah. That was good.
Oh, okay, I'm done.
That was real good. Because I upped my bench frequency per Nico's advice to 4 times a week. Since I'm doing so much pressing volume, I usually try to incorporate some sort of fly movement just to target other areas of the chest. But since the gym's a little bit busy today, I'm just going to be doing some machine chest pressing, which is totally fine as long as just getting sufficient volume in for the muscle group. That's really all that matters. Because I'm not a bodybuilder. Who cares? Nobody. It's been a really long time since either Nico or I trained at Lift ATX. I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've trained there. Not because it's a bad gym or anything. It's actually a fantastic gym, but it's mostly because I was running game day at the time, and the majority of times I visited there, it was mostly to talk shop with the gym owner, Daniel, who's super nice and super accommodating. So if you're ever in the Austin area looking for a gym to check out, I highly recommend Lift ATX. Nico briefly touched on this earlier, but him and I are actually training at 2 different facilities, meaning he's training at one, I'm training at another, because we've got 2 different fitness aspirations. He wants to be as competitive as he can, again, in powerlifting, so he's at a gym that's more catered towards that. Whereas with me, I'm kind of just doing my own thing and doing what I enjoy. I want to be strong, but I want to be fast, and I want to look significantly better. Some people might call this hybrid training. I'm just calling it, I'm doing whatever I want and enjoying the process. The two of us are really interested to see how far we could push our fitness, mainly because we've got nothing holding us back now. I briefly touched on this in prior videos, but one of the biggest things that was holding me back from achieving my fitness goals was, ironically enough, running a gym. When my hobby became my job and it became a little bit too much to handle, I let my fitness fall by the wayside, and I don't have that anymore. So I want to get back to feeling athletic and looking a lot better. That's going to be the end of this starting point video. And if you want to follow along on my journey, Nico's journey, or just the two of us, then make sure you subscribe to both of our channels, because we're probably going to be doing a lot more collaborative posts in the future, just to make sure that we hold each other accountable and become, as cringe as this is to say, the best version of ourselves. And if you enjoyed this video or think it deserves one, then make sure that you drop the video a thumbs up, because it helps us out a ton more than you think, and it's free. It's no cost to you. And hopefully we'll catch all you in that next video.